Hello, hello. If you are new here, please subscribe, click the notification bell, thumb up the video, share everywhere. If you're returning, welcome home.
It's showtime.
All right, I was cruising the YouTube streets last night, saw different streams and different um, videos dealing with From and other stuff on YouTube, and I heard something in a call-in show. Now, we're not here to start any beef. I'm not going to name any names. And I know based off of the thumbnail, a lot of you are probably going to unsubscribe.
I ain't gonna do this mess no more.
Yeah, a lot of you are going to unsubscribe, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, you heard it right. Jesus is the boy in white, or the boy in white is Jesus theory. That's what we're doing.
They bamboozled.
But before getting into that, yes, this was inspired by a live stream I was listening to where someone brought up the idea of a 10th dimensional being. And I was like, okay. And I'm listening, and the caller was cut off before they had a chance to introduce their idea, to introduce their theory. And that just reminded me of how Boyd is doing the people in town. Yeah, it reminded me of Boyd. And let me explain. See, with Boyd, he wants all ideas to come from him, and he doesn't want to accept anyone else's input. Listen to how he was talking to Acosta. Every time throughout the series, people have talked about going home and they're scared and this and that. He assures them to be safe, to sit still, to do nothing, and he himself goes out and goes on an adventure with Sarah. He himself goes and does this and does that. He wants to come off the mountain like Moses, and he wants to control everything. We've seen a slow progression of that throughout the series, and with the end of episode 5, after Dale is in, and a spoiler alert if you haven't seen season 3, episode 5, spoiler alert, I give you a chance to click off if you have not seen it and you don't want to be spoiled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, you've been warned. You've been warned. So Dale materializes into the wall of the pool. Boyd was about to do a mercy unaliving, instead didn't let it happen. Then he turned around to the rest of the crowd, Colony House, and the town, and he told them, see, this is what this paraphrasing, see, this is what happens when you want to run off into the tree. So people are scared, they want to go home. Boyd uses this opportunity to remind people that his way is the only way. And what does that remind you of? Jesus. You cannot enter into the kingdom of God without accepting me as your personal Lord and Savior. More about that later on. So, yes, Owen Supreme, hello, welcome. Thank you for being a channel member. Salute. Welcome, Dieter. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. Welcome, Twitch TV Distorted. Says at work, but headphones in and listening. Dieter says, Jesus, why doesn't that sound ridiculous? Very curious to hear your story. And the Grumble Door says, what up? What up to everybody? Hello. Welcome. All right, so before we jump into that, before we jump into that, someone called into a live stream show, and that's what we'll just say influenced this live stream, influenced this content, and influenced this theory. And that is that the idea of a 10th dimensional being was brought up, and the YouTuber swatted away the idea and silenced the person, similar to how Boyd did Acosta. I know. And I'm here to tell you, and this is just kind of going off script here, or going off subject rather, 'cause I don't have a script, that when it comes to a larger YouTuber, they treat their channel and their audience like Boyd treats the town and treats Colony House. They want all ideas to come from themselves. They want they dismiss any new ideas or anything different they didn't think of because they're afraid to lose their audience. The same way that Boyd is afraid to lose his town, his people.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And that's just the way it is. And it's a lot of large YouTube there's a lot of large YouTube channels that are like that, and it is what it is. It is what it is. So anytime you do a call-in show and you're presenting your theory, understand that the larger the YouTuber gets, the more they're going to be like Boyd and be like a tyrant and just swat your idea away. So just want to kind of give that tidbit so that nobody has any hurt feelings when they go into other YouTube channels and they may get dismissed. Yeah, they may get dismissed. All right, the Grumbledore says, what up, what up, what up, what's happening? All right, so first, I did a stream about 10th dimensional beings. Let me just do another one so that in case you want to build upon this idea or you want to add to it, which is the same thing, or you want to change it or even dismiss it, I'm open for Discord. I'm open for people disagreeing with me in the comment section. Only thing I ask is just don't be disrespectful, and bullying is not tolerated. Yep. So it is what it is. All right, so first, let's start off with just some constants before we get into some variables. So reality is made up of our universe. Our universe is infinite. Our universe contains galaxies, planets, stars, and other things in space. That's the universe. And everything in the universe makes up our reality. Also, if there's an idea of a multiverse, meaning a universe on top of a universe, which is the same as ours but slightly different, that would also be within a reality, but not necessarily our reality. So our reality is made up of space, time, matter, and energy. Your physical body is made up of matter. And what powers your body is energy. There's energy all around us. Kind of sounds like Star Wars, right? Well, there's energy all around us. There's energy within us. We are energy beings. So we are on a 3D or three-dimensional plane of existence. So you could say that we are three-dimensional beings. And an idea of what's higher than our plane of existence or our dimension would be something like heaven or hell, if you believe in that. That's if you believe in that. So James, what's going on? Welcome. Tez says, you made a live, thought I was in playback some I guess you're on the road. Yeah. What's going on, Bitey? How are you? Welcome. Welcome to everybody. Welcome. And so our plane of existence is a three-dimensional plane. When you look at something and you're seeing it with your two eyes, you're basically seeing light reflecting off of a flat surface. So even though we are three-dimensional beings, you can only really see things in one dimension. If I turn to the side, you can see another side of me, but you can't see me all at once in 3D. We know we're 3D because we can perceive each other, but when you're looking at something, like you're looking at me on your screen now, you're only seeing what the light reflects off of me on a one-dimensional part of a three-dimensional person. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody with that. And so with the idea of the third dimension, there are higher planes of existence theoretically. So another plane of existence would be like heaven and hell. theoretically. We don't know if they exist. No one's come back and told us they exist. So because we are made up of matter and made up of energy, when you go to a higher state of existence, matter or your form is going to change, and so is your energy. So the belief is that a higher state of existence would be better and improved. So like the astral plane, if you believe in that, people who are into esotericism, heaven, hell, if you believe in that, those are higher states of existence, higher dimension. And you could say that is 4D, maybe 5D. You don't really know. All we know is that there is a theoretical belief that there is a higher state of existence. So with the idea of Jesus, and you know what, I'm getting ahead of myself. So when thinking of a higher state of existence, there's also the ability to manipulate and control matter and energy within our existence, which that's the reason why you have the different types of civilization. Here on Earth, we are a type 0 civilization. We do not have the ability to fully utilize our planet and the energy on the planet. However, a type 1 civilization would be able to use the energy and matter of the planet effectively. Type 2 civilization would be able to use the energy and matter in a galaxy effectively. A type 3 civilization would be able to effectively use and master the energy and matter within a universe. That's type 0 all the way to type 3. Once you get to type 4, you get into the realm of possibility of being able to control not just matter and energy on a universal level, but on a reality level, where we're able to create energy, create matter, and do a lot of other things, including travel time, control time. And as you get from type 4 civilization all the way up, because I pulled up a type 7 civilization. Type 7 civilization would, and this is from there's a Kardashev scale where all this is coming from, all theoretical, of course. And I'm probably saying that wrong. Let me pronounce it correctly, because somebody's going to beat me up in the comment section saying that I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. You say ambulance weird. So let me get the actual pronunciation of it. Give me a moment. We'll get the actual pronunciation in case you got to argue and debate with your friends. You think it'd be easy to pull up.
Nikolai Kardashev.
Yeah, okay, that's the name of the guy who created the scale, and that's how you say it, Kardashev. All right, so there it is. So let's see what everybody's talking about. Interstellar, defining dimensions, exactly. Tower is like an antenna transmitter Tabitha was shot out of. Yes, we're going to get to that. What's going on, James Bull? Hello, welcome. All right, Ted says, wonder if the boy in white actually has a name. So we're going to get to that as well. Because when it comes to naming something, when you get to a 10th dimensional plane of existence, where you're at a level where your matter and energy have ascended that high, a name doesn't matter, because you can communicate with one individual or one energy being without having to say their name. You could just do it telepathically, like the boy in white does. So a name is really not really necessary, because you can communicate with whatever you want in reality, and what you're communicating with knows you're talking to it. All right, and so those are the type of civilizations, and a type 7 civilization would be able to travel, transcend, and potentially encompass the omniverse, which is the multiverse, which is the collection of every single universe, multiverse, megaverse, paraverse, 11 dimension, and first realm reality using technology. So I said multiverse, but omniverse, which is like a bunch of multiverses put together. Don't want to lose you as far as logic, but a civilization would be able to use technology and maybe even energy to control everything in reality and beyond. But we're not talking about a civilization. We're talking about energy beings. So when you get to fourth dimensional, and let me pull up a chat. All right. So when you get to a point where you are fourth dimension, your matter or your form would change and your energy would change. So with your matter and energy changing, it's going to ascend to a higher state of being, and you'll be able to go to heaven or hell, purgatory. And it's possible that if heaven is not the top dimension, theoretically, then there's a realm of existence above heaven or beyond heaven. We really don't know how high you can go. It's just that your energy would change and even improve if it's higher, and so would your matter or state of being. Because when you get to a 10th dimension, as far as matter, when you get to a 10th dimension level, you're almost at an energy level to where you're one with reality, where you're almost voidless and don't really have matter that can be perceived or even quantified. Your energy level is one with reality, where it is said that you could possibly control reality, manipulate reality, and create reality. All right? Just keep that in mind. Create reality as an energy being. So I want to kind of segue into Tabitha. So I explained the gist of a 10th dimensional being, and people swat away the idea of a 10th dimensional being because they say, well, you don't have to go that high. But you have to understand that because we don't really know what the max level is as far as dimension, I'm going to lay out why I say 10th dimension being, and that I believe that the boy in white, the entity that controls Fromville or something, is so vast in power that you could say that it's Jesus, all right? Or really beyond Jesus if you really want to get technical. All right, so like stream, like ice cream. Thank you, appreciate it. What's going on? Okay, I see we got Vanessa in the house. Thank you for being a member. Yes, thank you. And also thank you, Lisa, for being here. That's the other moderator. Thank you for coming. All right, so when it gets to a point where you're just one with reality because you're so far up as far as dimension, and understand that when people dream, it is said that you go to the astral plane. Astral plane is a plane of existence or a dimension. So whether you are going to astral plane, heaven or hell, purgatory, Dante's Inferno, whether you're going to the other world, this level of existence transcends your body, which is made of matter, and it transcends your current energy level. So in other words, the higher you get in dimension, theoretically, the more you become an energy being. And let's say you get to 10th dimension, you now have control over reality. So I want to segue into the reason why I believe that Tabitha should not have told anybody about Fromville. And we're going to get back to the whole 10th dimensional being. We're going to get back to it. So the reason why Tabitha should not have told anybody about Fromville is because when describing Fromville, think about what she would say. She would say that she went to a place where there's wormholes in trees. Homes are powered without wiring. Toilets that go nowhere. Clean water that comes from somewhere. Tabitha was pushed out of a lighthouse into Maine, and in 3 days, she is fine.
And to me, it's crazy.
All right. And so Abby and Father Khatri appear and disappear, meaning they're coming into our realm of reality and transcending higher where we cannot perceive them, which that gives the illusion that they're disappearing and appearing. Also, you got the idea of driving in a straight line, but yet you're going in a circle. Yeah. Then you have the idea of dummies that are animated and a boy in white that is not a boy, which means you're dealing with an entity that has control over matter, control over his, her, or its matter. Because if you're, let's say you're an adult and you're 1,000 years old, but you can appear to be a boy, that means you have total matter manipulation control over your own body. It could even be said that you have reality warping ability. Because again, our reality is filled with space, time, matter, and energy. So if Tabitha would have told anybody that, anybody who believed her in any government, she was in Maine, that's the United States of America, the US government would have, if they believed her, they would have locked her up. They would have experimented on her, drew her blood, scanned her for energy, and they more than likely would have determined that the energy that she has is not of this world. Yeah. I was going on Kinda Love Etsy. Thank you for being a channel member. Welcome. So Quan Solar says, so who trapped the boy in white and why does he need people's help when he controls the portals? So I don't think he needs anyone's help. I think he wants to help. Similar to, let's say, the idea of God, the character God in the Bible, whether you believe in him or not, God in the Bible wants to be worshiped. That's really what separates a God from a character on X-Men, is just being worshiped. So the God in the Bible that wants to be worshiped, do not have any other gods in front of me, has set rules for our existence on earth, has created the idea of sin, wants to be worshiped. And think about it. Why would the character God create anything? We don't really know. It's just one day God just decided to make stuff in 6 days and rested on the 7th. So that's what I believe is the reason why the boy in white, quote unquote, wants to help, is because the boy in white just wants to be a part of creation, or maybe the boy in white wants to be a part of what he created. We don't know. But if Tabitha would have told anyone about Fromville, they would have experimented on her. They would have drawn her blood, put her through tests. They would have probably electrocuted her. They would have did the most to be able to figure out things about Fromville based off of her matter, her energy, and they would have interrogated her, and they would have had her walk them through the process for years. So Grumbledore says, we've seen people hallucinate other characters to help them cope, and we've also seen things being pulled into the town. So why not a whole character coming to life out of someone's psyche or loneliness? Yes. So that's actually the direction I was going to go with Fatima, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. So gods are basically worship. People worship stars. They worship planets. People believe that Saturn equals Satan. Celebrities are even worshipped. And this goes to one celebrity, which was in BC, and that's Jesus. So Jesus allegedly, well, I'm not gonna say allegedly because some of you all may be religious. Matter of fact, let me do a poll. I like my polls. Let's do a poll. Just want to know, are you religious and do you believe in God and Jesus? And also have a option for if you are spiritual. Because some people, they're spiritual, but they're not really just religious per se. And that's understandable. That's cool. That's cool as well. So while we wait for the results of that, majority of people are saying no, they're not religious. Some people are saying they're spiritual. Some people believe in religion and they believe in God and Jesus. All right, so it looks like we're neck and neck with 8 votes, 7 votes so far. And we have 26 viewers with 13 thumbs up or likes. So if I can get my likes up while we do this poll, I'd appreciate it. Please and thank you. Even if you thumb down the video, I'm cool with that. Yeah, we're not haters over here. If you thumb it down and you say, hey, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, I disagree, that's cool. Everybody can rock out. Everybody can rock out. So just with the idea of going back to Jesus, as far as in the Bible, he walked on water. Do you understand that the water wasn't frozen? There wasn't anything in the water. He walked on water. Water is a state of matter in liquid form. If you add heat to water, it becomes air. If you lower the temperature of water, it becomes ice. He walked on water, which is liquid, which should be impossible. Which means that he, talking about Jesus, would have mastery over matter, which would basically make Jesus reality warping, reality manipulation, in my opinion. And that in itself would make him a god, especially if people are worshiping him already. If people are worshiping him and he can manipulate water to walk on it without changing the state of water, he has manipulation and control over reality, or at least a segment of reality. Now, the reason why I say reality, got ahead of myself. The reason why I say he has manipulation of reality is because other things that he did was he took bread and fed hundreds of people. He took fish and fed hundreds of people. So he took something that was man-made, like bread, and something that is made of the earth, fish, and he manipulated matter to be able to feed a bunch of hundreds of people. Nobody got sick. That's matter manipulation. Further going into the idea of manipulating reality. And the reason why I say reality, because reality is comprised of time, space, matter, and energy. So he was able to manipulate time, because when he died on the cross and rose in 3 days, he came back to life and his body was healed. So healing his body and reanimating it is control of matter and control of time. It's almost like he reversed time to be able to be in the body, and he reanimated it to where the body was able to hold his energy as a vessel. And as far as manipulating space, I mean, that in itself is manipulating space, because he was traveling through space, going to another plane of existence, purgatory, where he freed people and they were allowed to go to heaven or hell and stuff like that. And also he defeated the devil. The devil at that time was a higher dimensional being. Jesus transcended to a higher state of being to be able to defeat a devil, which had the power of an angel at one point. So that means for Jesus to defeat this fallen angel, he had to have transcended higher to where he's almost got mastery over reality. All right, so, fish and loaves, exactly, fish and loaves. So Toby Gaiman's, okay, so Toby Gaiman says, oh, you know what, I'm missing some comments. Yeah, Gaming says Dale didn't get to the lighthouse because he wasn't chosen to save the kids. The bottle tree and boy in white only help chosen people, not random persons. I could see that. So who does the choosing? Think about it. If he was not chosen, who does the choosing? Because even being able to choose winners and losers and make someone chosen means you have control over matter, energy, maybe even reality. So for someone to be chosen or not chosen, someone's got to choose them. Maybe it was the boy in white. Maybe it was the entity of Fromville. Maybe it was one of many entities. We don't know. So Quan Solar says, so you don't think the U.S. government doesn't know about the Fromville dimension? I think the same way that they know about types of civilization in theory, and they know about higher planes of existence as far as matter and energy ascending to a higher state of being. I think the government has done experiments on that, because remember, they had the people who were staring at the goats for mind control. The U.S. government, and really every government, has dabbled in some type of fringe science and even a certain level of esotericism with and we can tell that by documents that have been released and have been unredacted, that the government has had these fringe departments that have looked into things like UFOs, manipulating frequencies. Because, frequencies and tonality of things like music can be used to manipulate how you feel. Side note, if you want to increase your intelligence right now, no kidding, if you want to increase your intelligence right now, or if you want to increase the intelligence of a child, play something like classical music or opera music or some type of instrument, such as listen to music where it's like instrumentals with an orchestra, piano, a cello, a flute, a horn. Listening to that can actually increase your vibration and make you more intelligent, make you more logical and more reasonable as far as your reasoning, and it can even affect your mood. If you want to be angry and dumber. I'm just saying, this is not from me. This is from experts. I've read books and seen videos that if you want to be more emotional, more angry, less intelligent, listen to hip hop, rap music, rock music, look at people in a quote unquote mosh pit. Look at people in a mosh pit. I know people are going to be like, well, wait a minute. I listen to that type of music and I'm fine. I'm okay.
Wow. Wow.
Again, this stream might be one where a lot of people unsubscribe. It's cool if you unsubscribe and take a break, but it is what it is. When you look at a mosh pit or a rock concert, even a rap concert, people out there drinking and fighting each other. If you talk to them, why did you fight such and such? They might say because they stepped on my shoes, because they looked at me funny, because I didn't like the way the person looked and this and that and this and that. They say stuff like that. They say dumb stuff like that. And when saying stuff like that, that'll be the reason why they went to jail. The reason why they're in prison, the reason why they have a record. They'll say, I was young and dumb. Well, it's not that you were young and dumb. It's just that the environment that you were in and what you were hearing and listening to, including others' ideas and things you were seeing, affected your mood. It affected your mindset. I digress. So yes, answering Quan, I do believe the U.S. government knows about Fromville. CJ says, this is where it is, says, for a place without Bibles, these people say Jesus a lot. It's weird to me. Well, you really, if you think about it, okay, a Bible is man-made. The idea of God is man-made. In a place like Fromville, you don't need a Bible. Look at the boy in white. The boy in white, which is seen by who he wants to be seen by, he's right there. You see creatures that turn into creature-looking creatures at night when they go to attack people. There's a dummy that's talking to people. There's a place where you cannot escape unless you're allowed to escape. You don't need a Bible. You're just like Father Katri said in Book of 74, they're living in the next book of the Bible. Because in my opinion, he was somewhat giving a hint at the idea that where they're at, you no longer need any type of organized religion or structure or anyone telling you what something is, because you were able to just see it. Yeah, you're able to just see it. So James says, I believe in God, but not Jesus. Okay. Toby Gaming says I'm Muslim. Okay. Just missed a comment. Toby Gaming says, but boy in white sort of can be a god from Fromville, because maybe it's a separate dimension. Well, it could be a separate dimension, but I think it's a pocket universe, just because if it's a separate dimension, which means you'd have to be in a different state of being than your human frame. And the fact that they're driving into town with their vehicles means that their vehicles are matter and energy from the regular universe. So if, to bring a vehicle into another dimension, it's possible. I just don't really see it really being a thing as far as transcending to a higher dimensional plane. But I could be wrong. But let's just go down the rabbit hole of what if they are in another dimension, a higher state of being, and not just a pocket universe? Or what if it's both? Then you're talking about reality manipulation to where a vehicle that is matter but doesn't have its own energy can be given its own energy, and it's just like that movie Cars. I don't know if you ever seen the movie Cars, but in the movie Cars, those were sentient beings that were vehicles. You would have to basically need that to go to a higher state of being as far as energy. That's interesting. Toby Gaming says, I think the man in yellow, as seen in Miranda's paintings, is the controller and leader of Fromville. The boy in white may be his son. It could be. It could be. Golden Child says, I always thought Jesus was symbolic of the sun. He is. And the sun's rays shining down on the water was symbolic of Jesus walking on water. That could be an interpretation of it. It could well be an interpretation of it. It could not be a literal walking on water, but the sun. It just depends on who's telling the story. It depends on who's telling the story. So Gaming says maybe the rules changed entirely this time by Tabitha escaping with the lighthouse. Maybe that way it doesn't work anymore because the rules have changed. It could be. I mean, whoever is controlling reality would be the one to make the rules. That's who's making the rules. So I kind of love, Etsy says Victor never saw the boy in white until Miranda was gone. What if Miranda got out and sent the boy in white to protect Victor? The boy in white looks and is dressed to attract Victor and not scare him. Well, that would suck for Henry because that means Miranda got out and didn't want to go back to her husband.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Because Victor left Fromville 1978 at age 10, and he's like 54 in 2022, so he should be 56 now. You're talking about at least 30 years. I mean, is it 30? See, 10? Yeah. Let's see. Right now, he's 54, so yeah, 40 years. You're talking about a little bit north of 40 years. Miranda's been gone, and she didn't want to go back to her husband. Did she get a poor woman's divorce? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, the Grumbledore says it told Victor which tree to go to, the caves. It told Sarah which tree to go to, her and Boyd to be safe. Told Victor which tree Tabitha can get to get to the tower exactly. So think about, and I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna jump to that now. Think about that scene, how the boy in white was able to communicate with Sarah, not moving his lips or its lips. Because when you're talking, you're creating frequency with your mouth that's going on the air, and it's being heard by someone, and that's what makes sound, is being able to hear the frequency in the air. So if the boy in white is able to communicate with Sarah without using frequency in the air in her ears, but was able to like beam communication into her brain, which is telepathy, that means that his energy was able to talk to her energy, which is what we call telepathy. Further stating the fact that the boy in white and other things in Fromville are higher energy beings. I always say 10th dimensional being because for what we see in Fromville, from being able to control a wormhole and put it in a tree, power homes without wiring, have toilets that go nowhere, clean water that comes from somewhere, Tabitha being pushed out of a lighthouse in Domain, and in 3 days she's fine. We have not seen Tabitha on crutches, in a wheelchair. She doesn't really have a scratch on her, including her face. She looks fine to me. I'm pretty sure she could probably run and jump and roll and do everything that she used to do, which to me, if Tabitha didn't heal herself, because she got pushed out of a lighthouse now. Being pushed out of a lighthouse should be instant death, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Tabitha not only survived, but she's healed, which I think the boy in white did that, which is matter manipulation, and not only manipulating matter, but also manipulating time. Maybe he sped up time while healing her, while controlling matter. Maybe she did it to herself. But we're talking about time and matter, because time is in everything, being manipulated for her to heal and be just fine. She hasn't told anybody she's in any pain. And the doctor, when coming in after doing tests, when she was unconscious, said that you've been in a coma for 3 days. 3-day coma. And she's good. Yeah, she's good. And she's good. What's going on, Chocolate Beauty 8? How are you? Welcome. So she's pushed out of a lighthouse in a coma for 3 days. She wakes up, she's good. Good to the point where She takes the different, we'll just say needles out of her arm or needle out of her arm, gets her stuff, walks out. No problem. And she's good. I mean, that's a lot. Even Henry got out of the ambulance. He's walking around ready to meet Victor. He's perusing the place, asking about a motel. He seems just fine to me as well. So someone is manipulating matter and manipulating time to heal people, unless people have power to heal themselves, which I don't think that they're able to heal themselves. I think that the entity, maybe the boy in white, is healing them, and that kind of goes into Jesus. Remember, Jesus was in the Bible healing people all willy-nilly. The difference between the boy in white and Jesus is that Jesus is a God because people worship Jesus. God is a God because people worship God. The boy in white is not worshipped, so the boy in white is not a God. But they're both showing instances of manipulating matter, controlling matter, making wormholes. And I think if it came down to it, I think the boy in white could demonstrate being able to create life. Because when you get to a point in time where you're 10th dimensional, you're pure energy, you really have no actual form, you're formless in a way. Your matter is just like one with reality. Your energy is one with reality. You probably can control reality. Remember, reality is everything within our universe that is time, space, matter, and energy. When you become 10th dimensional, you're one with reality, one with energy, to where you're able to manipulate and control energy and possibly create life. Now, you might say, well, no, it's impossible for anyone to create life. Well, guess what? Guess what, Buttercup? Your mom and your dad had relations and they made you.
Unfrickin' believable.
And I know my religious folks will probably say, well, no, God put something in my mom's belly and made me. And you can believe that. You can believe that. And there's nothing wrong with believing that, because everything here, as far as a belief system, is welcomed. You can believe it. It's just that when we're looking at Fatima had an immaculate inception, similar to the Virgin Mary. I know Ellis is thinking that he's the daddy. Sir, I'm here to tell you that I don't think you the daddy. Right. So hopefully I didn't miss any comments. That's So James Bull says an entity with angel-like powers. That's interesting. I mean, the boy in white is somewhat beyond angelic powers. He's somewhat beyond it. He can create illusions. I think he can create illusions. I think he can talk to animals. Remember, he communicated with the dogs, where the dogs were walking with him, not attacking him, not attacking others. The dogs were somewhat like the sheepdogs or shepherds were somewhat, it seemed like they were keeping the Matthews from going too far. They were walking with the boy in white. I mean, dogs do that with humans all the time, but we haven't really just seen the dogs run amok in town to where they're eating trash, bothering people. When you see the boy in white, you usually see one of the dogs. So I believe that he can talk to the animals. And he can pick and choose who sees him, which means he has light control. Because for you to see something and it be there in our space, in our reality, light has to reflect off of it, and you see what is being shown with light reflecting off of it. So if something doesn't want you to see it, then it can quote unquote go invisible by basically preventing light from reflecting off of it. Because what happens when it's completely dark? You don't see anything. When you're seeing something, like you're seeing me on your screen, you're seeing light being reflected off of me, and that's how you're able to see me. And that's the reason why when it's completely dark, like the power goes out or something, you can't see anything, not because you've gone blind, okay? Not because you've gone blind, but because there's no light to reflect off of any surface for you to see it. Yeah, so, it is what it is, right? He takes the form of a child, and I think it's because he wants to appear to be friendly. But I'm sure the boy in white could take any form that he wanted. So BB Gaming says, I think boy in white is actually the demon as seen in the cave paintings. It could be. It could be. Golden Child says, but I thought that the storks brought the babies. I thought so too. I thought the tooth fairy brought money and took my teeth. I thought Santa Claus was a thing. Que sera, sera. Que sera, sera. Yep.
But that's okay.
So Vic says if it's one thing Spade loves, it's his soundboard. Yeah, got to keep it entertaining because you all might have been fell asleep on me. You all will fall asleep. Fall asleep. All right, so BB Gaming says Dale escaped Fromville. I don't know. He looks pretty wallish to me. He looks like he's hanging up on a wall like a picture. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe his energy escaped Fromville and left his body. He definitely looks like he's now a part of the pool. Like they're going to fill the pool with water. People are going to be swimming around and they're going to mess around and be like, oh, we thought that was decoration, but it turns out that's Dale over there. Yeah. Yeah. That's good old Dale from cycle number 12. All right, so the same way that the Virgin Mary gave birth to Jesus, if you believe in that, I believe that Fatima, who is barren, is giving birth to something like the Antichrist. And the reason I say that is because, I mean, she's basically eating garbage, which is poisonous to humans. She's eating humans, which is poisonous to humans. And every time she consumes something that is poisonous to humans, she becomes youthful. She becomes vibrant. She has energy. Yeah, it's almost like she has the opposite of what would be a human baby, which, I mean, come on. Antichrist, right? What do y'all think? Let me look at this poll. So 43% of you are religious and you believe in God and Jesus. 38% are spiritual. 14% says no, they don't believe in nothing. They're atheists. 5% says religious, but not God or Jesus. And that's 21 votes out of 30 people. And also we got 21 likes to get the likes up. So, okay, we got a pretty balanced group in here in this stream. That's cool. So I'm going to hit you with another poll. Another one. You're probably thinking like, man, another poll? I just got used to the last one. So yes, another poll.
Bruh.
Another poll. This poll is going to be, just want to see where your mind is at. Do you believe Fatima is going to give birth to the Antichrist? Yeah. Uh-oh. Thought I pressed enter. Didn't press it at all. All right. Do you believe Fatima is going to give birth to the Antichrist? And I know you all are probably like, well, what if I'm not religious? I can't believe in an Antichrist. So instead of using Antichrist, when you read that, just say, do you believe that Fatima is going to give birth to something evil equivalent to the Antichrist? Fatima pregnancy is giving omen and Rosemary baby. Exactly. Right, monsters. You know, that'd be interesting. Will the creatures snack on Dale since he's right there in the wall? Will the creatures snack on him? Maybe they may go over there and crack some jokes. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So Purple Alizé says, speaking of teeth, Tooth Fairy equals Smiley taking the tooth, Fatima losing a tooth, Easter, resurrection, eggs shown in every season, birth, Tilly eating eggshells, bunny stuff, toy of Megan. Yeah, yeah. And also we got a talking dummy. Don't forget about that. We got some talking dummies everywhere. Some of them are named Jasper and some of them are online. Oh, man. Yep. So Lisa Safay says, I questioned the boy in white because Tabitha heard and cooey as she was walking up the lighthouse staircase as the chain in the background, which sounded a lot like a roller coaster gym. Tabitha only sees the boy in white. Exactly. Okay, Zura says she's been a fan of Iman's reviews, or Eman's reviews. That's actually one of the sound bites that I use. That's one of the sound bites that I use.
I really respect honesty.
So they've been a fan of ours. Unique Theories for some time. Recently, Azir has heard samples of another creator, Eman. Am I either mistaken or have you received permission? Well, I haven't used any of his theories. And I pretty much, I watch him for like his movie reviews and talking about Marvel. But as far as like his from content, no. So I kind of love Etsy. Poor Fatima. Ellis is going to have to end her. Ooh, you think so? I'm thinking that Ellis is going to accept that whatever Fatima's going through, that's what she's going through. And he's going to help her. I don't think he's going to take her life. I think he cares about her and cares about the baby.
These nuts.
And so what I mean is, same way that Boyd is going to be more open-minded and more of a tyrant to sacrificing people, taking lives, making threats to keep people under his control, Ellis is going to have a development path to where he's going to be doing anything and everything to help out Fatima. Because, I mean, he is simping for her. I mean, imagine you get into Fromville and you're told that it's free loving for everybody. So Fatima was for the streets before Ellis got there. Everybody is plowing up inside of her. She's for any and everybody. And dude rolls up, hears that, and is like, you know what? Let's get married.
Simping activate.
Yeah, so, me personally, I would have fun, of course, but I wouldn't be making anything permanent because, it just wouldn't be in me to really just be like, okay, it's a possibility that even though we're together, she may be with other people. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. But for Ellis to be with her, and then she's pregnant, and he automatically is like, "It's my baby." I don't know. Especially if she's like you know, barren, couldn't have any kids. I don't know. All right, going to the poll. Do you believe Fatima is going to give birth to the Antichrist? People are saying no. They believe that baby is going to be a normal baby, a healthy baby. Cool. Okay. Toby or 2B Gaming says, well, we're getting our hopes up by Fatima becoming or give birth to a monster, but maybe the show creators are going to dump a massive plot twist. I think so, because, I mean, Fatima being pregnant with a monster baby shouldn't really mean that she's eating food that's poisonous to her and she'd be okay. The baby maybe, but not her. So she should be getting sick, not getting better and healthier because she's eating garbage. I think Fatima is turning into something else as well. So Lisa says Fatima's necklace equals host, Rosemary's baby necklace. Purple Alizé says Fatima is giving the night equivalent of the talisman figure. Okay. Rob Shank says, yes, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Okay. All belief systems are welcome. So Toby 2B Gaming says feel bad for Acosta. It's going to get worse for her. So Fauna says they should remove Dale from that wall. Well, the path that I think that Boyd's taking, he wants to keep Dale on that wall as a reminder of what happens when you don't listen to him. That's what he's going to have. He's going to keep Dale on the wall anytime there's an insurrection, anytime there's a rebellion, anytime someone talks back. He's going to point to that wall and say, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to listen to me? Because guess what? When you don't listen to me, you become the wall. Okay? If you don't want to play ball, you become the wall. If you don't want to listen to me, you going in the tree. Yeah, you're going in the tree. You're going in the wall. You're going into the tree. You're going somewhere. You're getting out of here. We see that Donna, she's becoming weaker. So I wouldn't be surprised if Boyd becomes over Colony House and the town and tries to become over the forest. I wouldn't be surprised. Chocolate Beauty 8 says it seems like that a lot of the residents have prepared off into couples. Maybe their painting of Adam and Eve is actually Julie and Elgin. Maybe could be. So Purple Alizé says Fatima needs to be baptized. Pull her underwater like Elgin in his dream. Yeah. I'm sure if they pull Fatima underwater, though, she may mess around and grow some gills and transform. Yeah. So we're going to take a quick commercial break to give everybody a chance to thumb up the video and subscribe and click the notification bell if you have not done that. And then we'll get back to our broadcast of putting people in the trees and putting them in the walls. back to putting people in trees and putting people into walls.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Yeah, so just looking at the poll so far to see if we're going to have the Antichrist. Oh, people, there's out of 24 votes, you all are still saying, majority of you are still saying that no, Fatima is not going to give birth to the Antichrist. Okay, so you know what, Fatima? That means your baby is safe. No tarot card reading needed because your baby is safe. And going back to what inspired this live stream is the fact that Boyd only wants information and ideas to come from him and to him. Another poll. Okay, another poll. Let me end this one. All right, so another poll. Do you believe Boyd is going to be villainous? Now, before you say yay or nay, let me lay out what I mean by villainous. Remember, or not remember, but just know that someone like Superman, who we see from his perspective, and he saves people, causes property damage when he fights people, and he also causes, we'll just say, collateral damage and loss of life while fighting people like Doomsday. So some people regard Superman as being a menace because of property damage and loss of life, whereas others regard him as being a hero. It's all about perspective, whether you view Spider-Man, Superman, and even a police officer as being a hero or a villain based off of how they get the job done. Because if a police officer is, let's say, pow-powing a bad guy and accidentally pow-pows a young person, it's kind of difficult to really just say that the police officer, quote unquote, did his or her job, just like Acosta. It's very difficult to do that because, I mean, you cause someone to lose their life even though it was a quote unquote accident. And understand that someone like, let's say, Batman, who's fighting crime, is a vigilante. We have rules to maintain law and order. So anybody who is doing something and breaking the law, like Batman, you could say that they're an anti-hero, but you could also say that they are villainous because, again, causing collateral damage, including property damage, loss of life. So it's all about perspective, because most of the time when you're dealing with people who are doing things that are quote unquote good or quote unquote bad, the bad stuff is usually by someone who's insane or someone who is a victim, like Batman, who became a hero and does stuff under the guise of being a hero, but is really a criminal and a vigilante. So you got victims, you got insane people, and you got people who choose to put the law in their own hands and stuff happens. So now that I use that to segue into what the poll is about with Boyd. So Kinda Love Etsy says that Boyd is an unwitting mole. I think that Randall will become a mole to get back at Boyd. So Bitey says, perspective, where's the switchback? Purple Alizé says, one may need to be evil to understand it. Yeah. Yeah. So think about Boyd. Boyd is talking people out of going into the forest, talking people out of doing things and being adventurous. He's keeping information to himself. He wants to do everything. He tells Acosta this is his town, which also indirectly means his people. Right now, you could say that Boyd is doing what he got to do. We could rationalize and justify it. But imagine if Boyd keeps referring to Dale as reasons to not go adventure into the forest, reasons not to try to go to the lighthouse anymore, reasons not to try to contact other civilizations, make a tower again. He's stopping progress to go home. So how are they really going home if they're not making steps and progressing to go home? That's why you have governments that'll have more than one leader and not just one person, like a dictatorship, so that there's a balanced approach in order to solve problems and in order to move forward in a particular direction. You only got Boyd now. You only got Boyd. He takes away people's firearms. He talks people out of doing things. He even threatens them with the idea. He's going to threaten them with the idea of Dale, like he did at the end of episode 5. Boyd is on the trajectory to be villainous. I know a lot of you all were upset that I said that, cussing me out.
Slayer.
But that's what it is. He's on the pathway to being villainous. If you think about it, the creatures from the forest that come at night, they are dangerous. But I'm willing to bet that what caused the purge that Victor saw when coming up from the cellar was caused by a human. Humans do bad things. And sometimes humans are more monstrous than the monsters. All right, so now you can vote. Now that I've laid out, my position, now you can vote.
What the heck?
What's going on, Fromville Theory? How are you? Welcome. All right, so looking at the poll. Poll is saying 62% says no, he's not going to be villainous. Okay. And this is out of 16 votes. 23 people here. Okay. Bitey says they spent time in the first episode talking about the switchback must be a reason. Okay. So still 62 people. Got 17 votes. What's going on, Fromville Theory? What's going on again? Yeah, so I guess people are in disbelief that Boyd could ever be villainous. People trust in their government. They trust in them, and I think that's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so I believe that the boy in white has telepathy, matter manipulation, can appear to be a boy, energy manipulation, heal Tabitha, can create pocket universes, can ascend and descend dimensional planes at will. He was in Maine, then he disappeared. Can create illusions, can talk to animals, can pick and choose who sees him, which is light control. And I think he can also pick and choose who is the quote unquote chosen one. So you're talking about, outside of being worshipped, God tier. And that's why I say that Jesus basically is not exactly the boy in white, because obviously, the creators of From created something, but Jesus and the boy in white are somewhat one and the same if you think about it. So Rob Shank says, Jesus Christ of Nazareth is the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody gets to heaven without him. And your opinion is validated the same way that no one gets to Fromville without being allowed in or allowed out. Sounds like they are very, very much similar. Yeah. So I don't know. All right, so we're going to end this poll. And I think I'm going to have my last poll of the day. What's going on, Debbie? Hello, welcome. So we see that, okay, people have a belief that Boyd, but it's more people believing that they're going to put their trust in Boyd. Boyd is not going to do them wrong. Okay, I respect it. All right, here's another poll. Maybe the last poll, we'll see. Here it is. Do you believe that the boy in white is equivalent to Jesus or God? Let's just see let's see how y'all thinking about this. Let's see. Fromville Theory says it's a war between good and evil, night and day. Debbie says, so you don't think Boyd is supposed to be Jesus here, Mr. Fish and Loaves? Donna tells him to climb down off his cross, and we see him being a carpenter several times, sawing, hammering, nailing wood. Well, those are symbolic of a savior, but here's what I believe as far as Boyd, and I'm glad you brought that up. I was about to get to that. I'm glad you brought that up. So I believe that we're seeing images of Boyd doing that as the writer's way of communicating that not only is Boyd somewhat symbolic of being a savior with those things that are laid out there, but he has we'll just say, Messiah complex. Yeah.
You suck.
So a Messiah complex, in a nutshell, is where a person believes they are the end all be all. They are the ones that's going to save someone or save some people. And the reason why Messiah complex is negative is because they don't want to take other people's ideas. They don't want others to be the savior. They want all the credit. And they're willing to hurt others in order to achieve that. And I think that's what Boyd is going down the path of, is being someone who's a tyrant with a savior complex or a Messiah complex. Yeah. Similar to kind of how celebrities these days, or people who are rich, because a lot of people ask them for things. A lot of people listen to their music and support them. They're millionaires and billionaires. They too will have a Messiah complex, going to third world countries, saving people, building wells, which is good, but they want to be worshiped. That's the reason why they don't go off and just help the homeless people in America, because they want to be worshiped and their money goes farther in a second or third world country. Yeah.
Kill-tacular, Kilimanjaro, kill-pocalypse.
Yeah. So Love Etsy says Boyd will be the martyr. Could be. They always say Jesus or Jesus. Debbie says, I hear where you're coming from. Yeah, and I'm not trying to get anyone to stop being religious, okay? I'm not trying to do that.
Just leave it.
I'm going to leave it alone, but I'm not trying to get you to lose your religion or no longer follow religion or no longer have a belief system. Just hear me out when it comes to science fiction, when it comes to this thing that we're basically dealing with forces that if Tabitha were to go to the outside world and tell people about Fromville, people would be thinking that if they believe her, why would I believe in Buddha? Why would I believe in Muhammad, Jesus, God, when you got a boy in white.
Finish him.
I mean, let's go over his feats again. And this is the reason why a lot of religious people were protesting Harry Potter, because Harry Potter had magic. What Jesus and what God does that are considered blessings could be perceived as magic. And people also worship Harry Potter. So here's the things that just a couple of things that Jesus did. Walking on water. Took out bread and fed hundreds with bread and fish. Died and went to purgatory, then came back into his body and was reanimated. You could enter into the kingdom of heaven, or Fromville, through him. He prophesies the future. He can bless you in your current life. All right? Sounds pretty reality manipulation if you ask me. Now, oh, you know what? Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. All right, let me show you this. This is what a 10th dimensional being would see a 10th dimensional cube as. Now, you probably are thinking, this is not a cube. This is a cube. So a 10 cube, a 10-dimensional hypercube, has 1,024 vertices, 5,120 edges, blah, 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 blah. Make a long story short, this is how an object or a cube would look 10th dimensional. And this is not even its true form. This is all theoretical. This is not even its true form. The true form of this is not something that we as three-dimensional beings can comprehend. So with that being said, a 10th dimensional being would be able to plan, organize, create, manipulate things and reality, which reality is everything as far as space, time, energy, and matter. A 10th dimensional being, such as the boy in white, in my opinion, would be able to manipulate events in Fromville for Tabitha to leave, go to Maine, and bring back Victor's dad. You see how crazy that looks? It looks crazy. It looks crazy. And that's known as a decorect. To 10 orthoplex or decoctate. You know what? 10 orthoplex. And it's part of an infinite family of polytopes. So in my opinion, that's how Jesus views stuff. And someone like Jesus would have to dumb stuff down into parables in order to communicate with us lesser beings, because our intellect is nowhere near his. Same way with the boy in white. The reason why the boy in white doesn't just come and say hello is because the way the boy in white thinks is so advanced that if the boy in white were to tell us to do this and do that, we would mess it up. We would mess it up. Yeah.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, and then plus, people wouldn't believe that he's Jesus, and they would crucify him, nail him to the cross. Okay, we got a habit as people to nail stuff to cross and sacrifice stuff. So if Tabitha were to come back and tell people about Fromville, they would be trying to sacrifice the boy in white. They would be trying to nail him to a cross, deny him, swear up and down that what he's doing is something that is unheard of and can't be done. Yeah. So Lisa says, who was the child genius from your recent video and dimensions? Fascinating. So that person, I put it in the comment section of that video. I will drop a link to the channel here. He's actually an adult now. He goes by Dimension Boy when he was young, but now his name is XKCD Hat Guy. He is anti-establishment, really Antifa, anti-fascism. Yeah, he's a mess. He's a mess. But I mean, if you have an open mind, he's interesting. But you could tell he has some type of mental illness. So that's for Lisa and anybody else who wants to subscribe to him. He's XKCD Hat Guy, anti-establishment, anti-fascist, doesn't believe in government. He's an anarchist. He's all over the place. He's all over the place. Fromville Theory says, and also hidden in the title music, it says, he will come. Exactly. And think about it. Who is he? Who is the he that they're referring to? He could be anybody. So Debbie believes that he definitely a benevolent entity, meaning that he's all good. I think so too. Because I mean, he wouldn't be a boy if he wasn't. He wouldn't have helped out Sarah and Boyd to escape the place from being angry and wanting to hurt them. So I could see that. I could see that. I could see that. Yep. I could see that. So what's going on? Quiet on the set. Thank you for being a channel member. Salute. So yeah, salute to all the channel members. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting. And thank you everybody else who is watching, who has subscribed and thumb up the video on this. I have 26 likes out of 25 people, which is maximum participation. I like it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So Quiet on the Set says or asks, so you think there is some kind of Garden of Eve or Garden of Eden? So in the Bible, using that as an example, in the Bible, after Adam ate the apple from the tree of good and evil, knowledge of good and evil, he and Eve were naked. God found out, punished them by Lisa, appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you for this. Oh, actually, super sticker. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. All right, so going back to so when God sent Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden, he took the Garden of Eden and put it into heaven. And so heaven is a higher dimensional plane from our three-dimensional plane here on Earth. So in my opinion, the Garden of Eden, which is now in another dimensional plane of existence, it now becomes a pocket dimension. I think that what Dale was saying before he became wall food, from being a pocket universe, is true. Yeah. I think Fromville is a pocket universe, not a pocket dimension. And the difference between a pocket universe and pocket dimension, a dimension is a level of existence. So like right now we're in 3D, we're in our current body, which is matter, and we are energy beings, which powers our bodies on this three-dimensional plane of existence. As you go higher to a higher state of existence, like when Miranda took the LSD and she started having visions of Fromville, she transcended to a higher state of existence using LSD. In theory. And that's how she was able to paint Fromville. So she went from being in her normal vessel in regards to being matter and energy, and she transcended to be able to see visions of Fromville, which means she had to have transcended to, we'll just say, a higher dimensional being, maybe even 10th, we don't know. So with Fromville being a pocket universe, all that means is our universe, or the United States of America on Earth, was sectioned off and put into a separate area of the universe, which makes the pocket universe. What separates our dimensional plane of existence from a higher dimensional plane of existence is usually some type of physical barrier. Either a physical barrier, energy barrier, or both. Going back to the Bible, it is said that above the earth or in the sky, it's the firmament, which is a physical barrier and energy barrier that separates earth from the great sea. And above the great sea is another plane of existence, which is heaven. And then you got to, and that's where everybody goes when they die, who are good. And then above, or at the very top of heaven, is the heaven of heavens, where it's supposed to be God and angels. So you may die and go to heaven and you never meet God. You might be like, hey, when do I get in the club? And the answer is, you never getting in the club. Okay? You never getting in the club. Yes. Oh, thank you. I kind of love Etsy. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So Quan Solar says, love the theme music. Yes. Well, thank you for being here and participating. So, love Etsy. Do I believe there are other levels to this game? Yes, there has to be. There has to be, because if you're talking about a 10th dimensional being, you're talking about that goes from our dimensional plane to a higher one at will, reality warping, reality manipulation, reality creation, and you're talking about a pocket universe. You're talking about pocket dimensions, pocket universes, pocket everything in like one place. That's yeah, if Tabitha would have told the US government about that, she would have been kidnapped and tested on for the rest of her life. That's really unheard of as far as a pocket dimension and pocket universe being in the same place where people are manipulating reality. Understand that a house, you flip the switch on, power goes in the house, but the cords don't go anywhere. Water comes out the faucet that's clean, doesn't come from anywhere. You flush the toilet, it goes somewhere. That's big. That's huge. That's beyond comprehension. You can't even really have, you could have a type of civilization that could do that, but you're not even talking about a type 4 or 5. You're talking about a type 11 civilization if we're talking about technology, or a 10th dimensional plus being that can manipulate reality. That's huge. And again, other people, and again, the stream was inspired by someone calling in to a live stream, and they presented the idea of 10th dimensional, not me. They presented the idea of 10th dimensional, and they were shot down because a lot of times when YouTubers get larger, they become like Boyd. They only want information to come from them, including ideas. And if it doesn't come from them, him or her, then they shoot it down, just like Boyd does. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. right. So we have Jade mentioning how this is a Venn diagram, missing the correlation of this place, but see two faces merging. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so just like with the thumbnail, I'm gonna take myself off for a moment. So yeah, dimensional civilization, technology, even magic, and our reality is made up of space, time, matter, energy. I mean, you're talking about a lighthouse where you're pushed out of it, you go into Maine. You got Jasper that's talking, and then you got a boy in white that gets on a merry-go-round and just either ascends to a higher state of existence. That's why he can't be seen by Victor, even though Victor said that the boy in white was with him the whole time when he was alone. And you got the boy in white going in and out of Fromville at will, going to Maine. That's huge, I'm telling you. Jesus, the boy in white, they're one and the same. So going to the poll. Do you believe that the boy in white is equivalent to Jesus or God? 18 votes out of 30 people. Out of 30 people, 18 people voted. 72% say no. Okay. Interesting. So now the next question is going to be, or next poll that is. Next poll. Wait a minute, why are we what did Fromville theory do? Was that an accident with Fromville theory? Not sure what's going on. Let me check something out, y'all. Do some investigation. Okay. Yeah, so weird. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was an accident. But yeah, so it's all good. So Fromville theory is not blocked. It happens. Sometimes you may accidentally do something. So yeah, so Fromville theory, that all the comments were deleted, but he or she is not blocked. Phone was under her arm. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. I was just making sure. I'm like, man, what's going on? Am I getting cussed out already? Yeah, it's all good. It happens to the best of us. Yeah, I thought I was getting cussed out. People upset. You talking about my Jesus. You talking about my Jesus.
That was sus.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. You say so Lisa said she'll go into a timeout. It's all good. It happens to the best of us. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. So yeah, we're talking about someone that has reality manipulation, the whole 9 yards. That's crazy. Oh, you know what? Yes, supposed to be doing another poll. Okay, so we're saying that the boy in white is not, majority of people say the boy in white is not equivalent to Jesus. Okay, respect. I'm not a hater. Another poll. I know you all are getting tired of these polls. I'm polling you up. No Diddy. Oh, man.
That was sus.
All right, next is going to be, do you believe that the boy in white is more powerful than Jesus and God? I'm telling you all, some of you all are going to unsubscribe, and it's cool if you do, and take a break, because a lot of these ideas being presented in the stream may be a little bit hard to take in. Yeah. Very hard to take in. And so while waiting to see your votes, time to talk about one thing that's probably annoying at this point, and that is subscription, channel membership. I know what you're thinking. Why, Lord, why? Why do it? Why do it? Got to do it. Got to do it. I know. It's all good. I know. Got to do it, though. Got to do it. This is the front of, this is the Parkland Media YouTube channel, the channel you're on. This is the front of origin of Phone Thomas theory. And this in front of us. Actually, you know what? Let me do this another way. So here's the part where it has Parkland Media YouTube channel. Right there. Boom. Here is the join button to join the channel membership, where you get exclusive content. This is a blasphemous stream. Yeah, it is blasphemous. It is blasphemous. It is. So that's how you join the channel membership, right there. And if joining the channel membership is not your thing, or not your thing right now, that's cool. You can at least subscribe and make sure you click the notification bell so that whenever I do upload content or stream, you get all notifications, including the community tab. And also, if doing a super chat or super sticker during a stream is not your thing, or you don't want to do it right now, no pressure, you can also support after a stream is processed and uploaded with a super thanks. You'll see it right there. So if it's a stream, you're rewatching the stream, or you're watching a video, when you see that thanks right there with the heart, that means the stream has been processed to YouTube, or the upload is ready. You can support by clicking that. It's equivalent to doing a super chat or super sticker. I just won't be live, and I will heart the support in the comment section. So those are the ways you can support monetarily, and that's also the way you can support the channel. And just in case if you're wondering, like, wait a minute, I've doing the super chat, super thanks, super stickers, not my thing. I've subscribed. Hey, Spade, what else can I do besides that? Well, guess what? Guess what, Buttercup? You can do this, and you can thumb up the video. Yes, thumb up the video. That also supports. Please and thank you.
Let's go.
Yep. There it is, there it is, there it is. So for those of you all who were wondering, wonder no more. The answers have been given, like Moses coming off of the mountain with the 10 commandments. Yep. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And he received the 10 commandments directly from God. What if Tabitha was supposed to come back with 10 commandments, but she messed around and didn't pick it up?
Got him! Got him!
Yeah, she probably didn't pick up her edition of the 10 commandments and left it in Maine and got brought back with Henry. Came back empty-handed. Yeah. So, Tabitha, shame on you. Shame on you for not bringing back the 10 commandments for all the people in town. You suck. Yeah. And what's even funnier is... It's okay, Tabitha. It's all right. What's funnier is that what Tabitha did bring back as far as information is what influenced Dale to go into the tree, and he messed around and is now a part of the wall. Yeah.
So basically, the folks or whoever it was in charge, they pulled some shenanigans.
Yeah. So madness. All right. What's going on, Michael? Welcome. Appreciate you for showing up. Appreciate you for being here. Lisa's apologizing again for butt dialing, the moderator options. Madness. Yeah, so if y'all want to, you can thumb down Lisa, thumb her down. Yeah, thumb her down. Yeah, the thumb down, thumb it down. Just joking. We're not gonna beat anybody up too bad on Beyonce's internet. Oh man.
I'm here to address the issue of people sitting here talking about Beyonce. Like, y'all didn't even know her. Can't even take my own midterm. Got me stressed out, crying, sweating out my perm, all on my face, sweating. Leave Beyonce alone. God.
I mean, I'm tired of everybody saying how Beyonce's not pregnant, and
I know she's a superstar and everybody's gonna have something to say about you, but just leave her alone. Leave Beyonce alone! Leave her alone!
Yeah, it's serious. It is serious on Beyonce's internet. All right, let me check to see if there are any new pictures for episode 6 as far as like I think it's called advertisement or something. I know it was press pictures on Amazon. We had them for episode 5. Everybody kind of went through those things. Okay, you know what? They are available, y'all. We gonna do this. We gonna do this. Guess what, y'all? We have the latest pictures, the latest hotness for season 3, episode 6. We got some pictures. We got them, y'all. Yeah, we got them. All right. Let's take a gander at these. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to be spoiled, it's looking like it's going to be tough titty. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I'll give you some time to get out of the chat. That way you don't get any spoilers of these pictures, because we're about to run through these things. The trailer for 6 is out. Oh man, the trailer, okay, trailer's out too. Let's do the trailer first. Let me look for the trailer. Let me look for that. Let me look for that. Let me look for the trailer. All right. I think we're about ready. Let me just make sure. Let me double check. So it's looking like it's father-son moment. All right, we are ready. Let's do this trailer. You all should have enough time to get up out of here so you're not spoiled if this is not what you want in your life right now. All right, let's do it.
Hey, and be really quiet.
Christy has an ultrasound machine.
Wait, what?
It was on the ambulance that came into town.
So you really think this is gonna tell you anything?
I don't think anything's here by accident.
You really want to beat this place? Sober up.
Is someone upstairs? No. Oh my god. Ah!
No. Okay. Let's go through it again.
Hey, and be really quiet.
They're at the entrance of the cave, y'all. The entrance of the cave. Uh-oh. So it's looking like they're actually going to explore. Well, okay, so Victor has what appears to be a flashlight. Father and son are taking a trip into the cave where the creatures are, I guess to look for Jasper. So you're going to tell me that now that Victor's dad showed up, he's gotten rid of Tabitha. I'm not Tabitha, but gotten rid of Sarah. Wow. Where's Sarah? Yeah, I thought Victor and Sarah were besties. I thought Victor and Sarah were besties. I guess they besties no more. All right, so it appears that they're going into the cave. Christy's made an ultrasound. Christy has a sound machine, more than likely from the ambulance. All right, I know y'all laugh at the way I say ambulance. Okay, so they're going to be able to determine that what's inside Fatima, like what is it really? You see how worried she looks? She knows ain't no baby in there. Or if it is a baby in there, something is wrong with the baby.
Game over.
But most mothers that are first-time moms and expecting mothers, they're all worried. But she just looks extra worried. Does she look extra worried to you? She appears to be extra worried to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. But Fatima just appears to have like a guilty face. She looks really, really guilty. I don't know. So what do y'all think? Does she appear to be guilty? Yeah, it's in italics for you. So I guess whoever screen recorded that did it with the captions on. It's all good. So Quan saying that Lisa gets the box tonight. Yeah, not the box. She wouldn't be going into the box. She'd be going into the tree. Yeah, we putting people in the trees and in the walls. We're putting people in the trees and in the walls. All right, so that's what's going on. The ultrasound. Fatima's looking worried. Okay. Quan says those machines be good. I know, right? So, right, it was on the ambulance that came into town. Okay, they're doing it. We see Marielle looking on. Christy's doing the ultrasound. Can't wait to see what that turns into. Maybe it's twins in there. Maybe it's a Cain and Abel in there. Or a good baby and a bad baby. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Who? Jay is having a vision. That's the either the bartender. Yeah, that's the bartender. Remember him? I remember the bartender that Jade was talking to, who was there but not there, which would be equivalent to Abby and Father Cautry. Wow. Yeah, that's the bartender. It's looking like he even has the rag in his hand. He's still cleaning stuff. He's looking up to think about the bottles. Maybe they're trying to determine what is it. Okay. Interesting. The bartender's back in town. Okay. I mean, you would honestly think that maybe Toby would be appearing to Jade and not the bartender, but maybe the guy who plays Toby, maybe he got another gig just like Jasmine got another gig. It happens. What's going on, Information Man Show? How are you? Welcome. So Angela Rock says maybe the trees are trees of judgment. Maybe it could be. How do they brush their teeth and from? I mean, the water and from comes from nowhere. So maybe they're bringing toothpaste with them, or maybe they're just not brushing their teeth. I don't think anything is here by accident. That's what Jade is saying, which I still believe that the boy in white 10th dimensional being or whatever the entity is picking and choosing who comes in the from, who leaves from, is responsible for the houses being powered with no wires, water coming from nowhere, toilets going nowhere. Yeah, I think it's all about a purpose. Yeah, dude's still cleaning the bottle. You see that, y'all? Dude is still cleaning the bottle. So at this point, we know this has got to be an illusion, because why would he be cleaning the bottle if he's like Abby and like Father Kotri? Dude is working in Boyd's imagination. That's crazy. Yeah, Tom, bottle, philosophy, teacher, and bartender is fitting. Yeah, it is. Yep, it is. So Quan Solar says, will Tom be evil like Father Katri and Abby, or actually good and guiding him right? Well, right now we know Tom's got to be a vision or a figment of Jade's imagination, because the dude is holding the bottle, working, and he basically was fired a long time ago. So yeah, that's weird, but we know for a fact that he's got to be a part of Jade's imagination. Yep, that's good old Tom. Is his name Tom? Yeah, it's good old Tom. Sober up. He's telling a figment of his imagination to sober up. Okay. Is someone upset? Okay. Mama's back. Says no. Wait a minute. Let's get some sound going, because she heard something. What did you hear? What did you hear? What'd you hear?
Oh my God. Oh, no.
Whoa. What could that have been? Okay, so Tabitha saw something to where she does not want Ethan to come up and see it. So you know what? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think it is. I'm going to tell you what I believe it is, and I'm probably 100% right. Do y'all want to guess? Because, like I said on the last stream, Elgin and Julie are going to get it on. Tabitha walked in on Elgin smashing Julie, and that's what it is. That's what it is. There's your Tabitha soundbite. I know, right? Right, a figment of Jade's imagination. What book was Ethan reading? Yeah, I'm 100. You know what? I'm 100% sure that Tabitha walked in on Julie and Elgin getting it on. Yeah. That's the only reason why she'd be like, oh my God, but not scared. But she looks like she's shocked. You said that Ethan was reading a book? Yeah, it's a yellow book. All right, let's zoom in on this bad boy, see if we can make heads or tails of it. Tell you what, we can give me a moment. We're gonna flip it around and see what it is. We're gonna flip it around to see what it is. It looks like it may be can't really tell what exactly it is. Maybe it's a diary or something. Yeah, maybe it's a diary. What do you all think? I can't make out the words on the front of it because it's from a bad video. Rewind selector, please. Yeah, I can't make out what that is. Okay, taking that down.
No. Oh my god. Oh, no.
Yeah. I think that's what it is that they getting it on. But then again, she was in the hall on the stairs and she crouched down. So I could be wrong, y'all. She crouched down. And when you crouch down, that means you're afraid. No. Yeah, did it like she crouched down? All right, let's see.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah, she crouched down. You see that? Yeah, I see the crouch down. So she was afraid of whatever she saw. So it could be a creature. Maybe a creature got into the home, and that's why she crouched down like that into the because usually when you crouch down into a corner and you go lower, it's because you're afraid. You're too afraid. Tabitha saw Dale. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You think she saw Dale? You think she saw Dale, y'all? Replay it, please. Okay, well, the whole thing? Replay the whole thing or just that scene? I'll do the whole thing. I'll do the whole thing. Oh, okay. You joking? I'm finna say, man. If she say no one more time. What? All right, so I gotta replay it, please. From Quan. We're gonna replay it. No commentary from me. Let's do it.
Hey, and be really quiet.
Christy has an ultrasound machine.
Wait, what?
It was on the ambulance that came into town.
So you really think this is gonna tell you anything?
I don't think anything's here by accident.
You really want to beat this place? Sober up.
Is someone upstairs? No.
Yeah, you all hear that mattress? I swear it sounds like mattress as if somebody was smashing. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Somebody was smashing. Kids having a Diddy party. Oh man. Wait a minute. No, that's terrible to say. You know what? That's terrible to say. That's terrible to say. I got to remove that because Diddy's accused of doing stuff with teddy bears that's evil. So we're not gonna put teddy bears with Diddy. So I deleted the comment. Yeah, I'm deleting the Diddy comments because we don't want that type of thing to be a thing. All right, so Golden Child says that believe that she saw the dummy. If there was a creature, she tried to protect Ethan and run away. She saw something that was disturbing, scary, but not enough to run away with her child. And that's the thing, but what could be scary to make you crouch down in a corner out of fear, but not run away with your child? I don't see anything that would make Tabitha crouch down in the corner like that and not want to have the motherly instinct to get out of there and protect Ethan. If anything, she probably saw the kids jumping on the bed if the sound is to be trusted. James says Jasper, then Tabby's reaction was poor if she caught her daughter. Yeah, it was poor. But I mean, think about it. Just to crouch down out of fear, people who usually do that is like, that's something that a child would do. A child would do something like that. All right, so going back to the poll before we go back to the trailer, it's looking like out of 23 votes, 31 people total here. Got 32 people here, 34 likes. Appreciate it. Thank you. Do you believe that the boy in white is more powerful than God and Jesus? You all are saying 74% saying no, 25% say yes. So it's 75% saying no. So it's looking like you guys are believing in the Most High, and I respect that. I respect that. Cool. Don't let us heathens persuade you in thinking otherwise. So Quan says, I think she sees the Nkui kids, but why was she crouched? Well, you think she crouched down for the Nkui kids, though? Because she was trying to save them, remember? She was trying to save them. But then again, maybe it could be the Nkui kids. Maybe a hallucination. Amadike, what's going on? Welcome. Says she liked it too. Thank you. Appreciate it. Maybe it is the Nkui kids. Maybe Tabitha saw herself from another timeline. I love Etsy. Maybe. But see, the crouching down, though, y'all, the crouching down is out of fear, in my opinion. So what would make her so afraid to crouch down in a corner like that, but not want to grab Ethan and run away? See how she crouched down? And she had her hands up. See, the hands being up is like a defensive. That's a defensive thing. That's a sign of like being in a defensive stance where let's say somebody points a firearm at you, a pow pow, you put your hands up. You got your hands up or whatever. That's kind of like what that is. She got her hands up. She's crouching into the corner, and she's sinking down, and she's saying, no, 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 telling Ethan not to come up here. Where's Jim and Julie in that scene? I'm thinking that that's Julie in there getting the back blown out.
Oh my God.
But I could be wrong, because again, she wouldn't have that type of crouching down if she's like in fear, you know what I'm saying, and got the hands up. So Lisa says Tabitha crouched down before when seeing the Nkui kids. She did. You're right, she did. They were patting her down, playing patty cake with her, and she crouched down. Okay, you know what? Lisa, you've been redeemed. Okay. 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 Lisa's been redeemed, y'all. She's been redeemed. She did. Yeah, okay, okay, Lisa, okay, okay. You've been redeemed. You've been redeemed. You don't have to go into the tree. You don't have to go into the wall. You're safe. All right, you're safe. Cool, 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 cool. Yep, you are safe. So we're good. So Quan Solar says, you think Elgin and Julie doing Adam and Eve? I thought so. I thought so, but Lisa presented that, and it makes a good point. It could be the Nkui kids coming back, I guess, for round 2. Because last time they patted her down and they bounced, went to a higher dimensional plane. They're probably thinking, you say you're going to come save us. We ain't seen you. Where you been, Tabitha? Where you been? And she got to explain to them that, oh yeah, by the way, I've been outside. Okay? I've been outside. Yeah, Tabitha's been outside. So that's why she hadn't been coming to see you all and save you from the lighthouse. Yep. So Purple Alizé says, I think that would be the least of Tabitha's worries. A mother would just walk away to understand what just happened, especially in this place. Yeah, I agree. I stand corrected. Elgin, even though he's simping out over Julie, and Julie is giving him choosing signals, in my opinion, they're not upstairs playing bed trampoline. So I think, so you know what? Let's take a poll. Another poll. I know what you're thinking. Another poll. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you think Tabitha saw and you know what? I know I'm spelling Nkui incorrectly. Just go with it. Just go with it. All right, so it's out there. Do you think Tabitha saw the Nkui kids and that's why she's crouched down in the corner? And that's the reason why she got the hands up. She's sinking down into the corner, which is being in a defensive stance. And she's telling Ethan to stay downstairs. Don't come up here. The Nkui kids. What? Tubi's Gaming says, what if Jim and Julie are doing the bed trampoline? What? Jim is her daddy. You know what? Gamings. I gotta put you in timeout. You're in timeout for 10 seconds. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Stinky. Ain't no way. Just 10 seconds. You're not being punished, but come on now. Come on. So Julie is 16 in the show. I doubt they would do that. Is she still 16? Because she arrived when she was 16 in 2020. Because From first started in 2020. It's 2024. She's grown, y'all. She's grown.
I tried to tell these niggas earlier when this dumbass bitch did the dumb.
She's grown, y'all. She's grown. I know y'all want her to be 16 forever. She grown. Didn't she? Let me look this up and make sure, because maybe I'm wrong and maybe she's 16 right now. Let me look it up. Let me look it up before I get to running my mouth, telling y'all that she's grown and she can drink and stuff. Come to find out, she can't do it. Let me make sure. I don't want to tell y'all wrong and then you end up in somebody's jail. Yeah, okay, yeah. So she arrived in Fromville at 16 years old, 2022. So right now, with it being 2024, she's 18, she grown. She grown, y'all. She's no longer Mommy's little angel. She's no longer daddy's little angel. Well, according to the wiki, she's age 16 at 2022, she's 16 years old according to the wiki. So 2022 versus 2024 isn't the same. They're still in winter, spring of 2022. Show timeline compared to real world timeline. So y'all saying that she's still 16 years old? I don't know. So Elgin, if you're listening, Elgin, don't do it. Don't do it. Because you're going to mess around and be in somebody's jail, or they may put you into the tree. So don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. So, okay. So now we've ruled out that Elgin shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Because better safe than sorry. It's looking like out of 15 votes, we got 34 people in here, or 33 people in here. People are saying that Tabitha did not see the Nkui kids, 53%. And 47% says yes. Oh, okay, half and half, 16 votes. So we're half and half on she saw the Nkui kids, didn't see the Nkui kids. So for those of you all, and you can put it in the chat, no poll needed. Okay, no Diddy. No poll needed. What do you all think? If you believe that she did not see the Nkui kids, what do you all believe that she saw? What do you all believe that she saw? What did she see? What did she see? So it's only been a month or so in From. Okay. Two B's Gaming says Tabitha saw a vision of Julie migrating to a pool wall. Yikes. Yeah, if Julie talks back to her mom anymore, or sasses Jim, her dad, she can go into the tree. She can go into the tree. She can go into the tree. For educational purposes, I found out the actress is 19 years old. Okay. But you know what? We're going to push the I believe button that on the show, she's 16, even though she's 19 in real life. We're not going to take a chance. Purple Alizé says Elgin has bigger fish to fry. I don't believe he wants to risk it. Yeah, he probably doesn't. Probably doesn't. He's got the kimono lady to worry about. She's chasing him down every chance she gets. So, yeah. Saw the room transform. Okay. I think she saw a vision of Thomas. A vision of Thomas. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Maybe a vision of herself in the pool or something similar. I'm liking the Thomas angle. Because that would be very terrifying. So Tabitha had audio illusion of Thomas crying, Jim Benz talking to Thomas. Okay. Quan says it's got to be the Nkui kids. I like how it's either Nkui kids, like Lisa was saying, or it could be Thomas. I like the either or there. Too bad it's Monday and we gotta wait a week or a little bit less than a week to be able to hear what the answer is or see what the answer is.
But that's okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be struggle bus waiting on this answer to see what the show presents to us. If Elgin and Julie do the shaky, the kimono lady would be cheering in the corner. Oh, man. Yeah.
Unfrickin' believable.
She'll be like, when you get done, can you help me? When you're done, can you help me? Elgin's like, yeah, I got one more minute in me and I'll get to you. I will help you. Oh man, I will help you then. Just one more minute while blowing the back out, and then I can come help you, kimono lady. So Quan says, I like this stream because it's interactive, like a game show, good stuff. Yeah. That's the reason why we're here, to have a game show. And the losers, guess what's happening to the losers? They're going into the tree. Yeah. Yeah, you lose, you're going into the tree, y'all. I don't make the rules either. I just follow them. Yep. 2B's Gaming says, Kimono Lady, go Elgin, go Elgin. Right. The Kimono Lady probably would be trying to slip him some protection. Got to be safe, even in Fromville. I mean, people who are barren, are giving birth to demon children, wouldn't want you to get pregnant and spawn a demon baby. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want a demon baby coming out of you like Fatima. Fatima's out there eating garbage and eating people to feed her demon baby. And Elgin is actually believing that that's his baby. Okay, sir. Okay.
That was sus.
All right, so Purple LSD says, I'll go cray-cray with this if we needed another reason as to what Tabby says. 1, we seem to agree it's a vision. 2, perhaps slipped into a Miranda vision, Henry being mean towards Miranda. Ugh. I would hate that because Henry seemed like a good guy, but to find out that he was abusive or maybe an alcoholic, that would suck. That would suck. I like Henry. I think he seems nice and friendly, but maybe he's gotten older to the point where he's nice and friendly now because he's trying to go to heaven. That type of thing does happen when it comes to people who are older. They get nice and stuff. They change their personality because they're trying to go to heaven. Yep. Yeah, Lisa says, so excited to see this ultrasound Smiley reborn. Yeah, the worms that went into Boyd may have went into Elgin, and Elgin just didn't realize it during the blood transfusion. And then when Tabitha and Elgin are doing the worms could have went into, not Tabitha, but Fatima. When Elgin and Fatima were doing the worms could have went from let me start over. I think that's an Elgin. All right, so the worms went into Boyd. Okay, Boyd did the blood transfusion with Ellis. They thought Ellis was fine. Ellis did the do with Fatima. Maybe gave Fatima the worms, and maybe that's what's caused the baby, the demon baby in her stomach. So that's what the baby really is a demon spawn, aka worms, aka Smiley baby. For those of you all who were confused by Lisa's comment, 2Biz Gaming says, but if Henry was mean to Miranda, then they wouldn't take a trip to memory lane. Exactly. And they got on LSD in the process. Yeah.
What the heck?
So it sounds like they were loving, they were hippies. It was all good. They had a good relationship. So Gaming says, I don't know why, but I feel like Tabitha has not been caring about the kids. Well, she's been in Maine. She got pushed out of a lighthouse and was in Maine for a little bit. So maybe that's the reason why she's been kind of absentee. So don't blame her too much for not being around. She's been missing in action. She's been missing, and it wasn't her fault. So Grumbledore says, I wonder if there is anything on the Viewmaster that was on Victor's bedside table in the last episode. Interesting. So James Bull says, I hope it's not a xenomorph to burst out of Fatima's chest. That would be a trip. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be a trip. That'd be a trip. So gaming says literally less than 1 day after she came back to Fromville to her family, she said she owed it to the townspeople to find a way out and wanted to escape again. Like, girl, your kids need you. Well, they need you to get out of Fromville because it's not a safe place. So I could understand you escape Fromville, you get your children out of danger's way. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Because there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time for Tabitha to be a mama bear in the real world if they make it. If they make it. Okay? And I'm not team Tabitha trying to save her from being criticized. But I understand her intentions. Right. So I agree with Lisa. Save your own kids versus the children in the tower. Exactly. I agree with that. So if Tabitha wasn't trying to save everybody, she wouldn't have got pushed out of a lighthouse and had a horrible headache when she woke up in Maine. So I agree with that. I agree with that. All right, this show, so Purple Alizé says, this show is so great that it questions us what each character should have been doing better, as if we were in the show, in their shoes. That's the thing. We all would have reacted differently. I agree. Gaming says her kids need Tabitha. They don't want her running around the woods, finding a way home. At least escape together. I agree. I agree. Tabitha was running in the woods, going to the lighthouse. She ran away and ended up coming back with a nothing burger. And imagine if she would have been gone longer than she was. Because they thought she was deceased. They thought she was deceased. Man, it's been 2 hours, 30 minutes, y'all. We've been on this thing tough. We've been on this thing tough. Every theory I presented based off the polls, people have been saying, nah. But that's all good. It's all good. So we don't think that Tabitha saw the Nkui kids. We don't think she saw the Nkui kids. We're thinking that maybe she saw Timothy, and that's why she crouched down. So interesting. So Solar says, no, not Timothy. I said Timothy Thomas. Y'all let me say that. I meant to say Thomas, not Timothy Thomas. Oh, man. Look, sometimes it's a live stream show, sometimes it's a comedy. So Quan says, to me, do you think the ultrasound may show she's not even pregnant? Unfortunately, I think future synopsis let us know she is pregnant and has to make a decision. I think that what she's pregnant with is not going to appear to be human. How can they run tests on the faraway trees? Doesn't seem possible with animals, and people may not survive or go someplace where they cannot give reports. That is true. That is true. That's why you got to have your pawns. You got to have your privates, your E1 through E4, go through the tree. And if you don't see them anymore, then you just keep sending people, and maybe even use Randall's drone to kind of look around. But that's the thing. Like, if you don't see them in town, you just kind of assume that they're okay, and you go out into the forest and look for them and make a map. It's all about trial and error when you go to sacrifice people. Yep. The drone, exactly, the drone. The drone. All right, y'all. I appreciate this stream. I appreciate everybody who donated with the super chats. I appreciate the channel members. Thank you for supporting and going above and beyond. And thank you for people who have subscribed, clicked the notification bell, and thumbed up the video and shared everywhere. I appreciate you for doing that. And also thank you for any of the hate watchers that came in who only pop out of the bushes to try to debunk something. Thank you too. All are welcome. All are welcome. So what do you all think of the stream? Let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Enjoy your Monday. Enjoy your week. Another great live. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're too kind. You're too kind. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Thumbs up the video. Share to your social media. Subscribe. Click the notification bell. You made it to the end of the stream. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the continued support. Look forward to the next one. Go forth, do great things, and I'm out. Peace. And thumbs up and subscribe on the way out if you have not done so. See you next time. And we are out.